It's March. Expect the unexpected. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Equinox here. Matt Siriani, Carl Maglowski, Kenny pushing the buttons. Carl, how you doing, bud?
Good, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing A-okay. So far, I am in complete and utter amazement because for those of you who follow the other show that I do, Four Square Sports, we have a $1,000 pot for the winner of that bracket challenge. Carl and I are part of that bracket challenge. I have like 5 brackets in, and Carl was crying foul because there were some people who put in 5 brackets and he only put in 1. Although, in fairness, my brackets are doing terrible so far, so you have a chance. And we already had one big upset today. If you want to count the 8-9 seed, we had 2, but really, if there's only one, High Point University shocking Wisconsin, 83-82 in regulation. High Point's first ever March Madness tournament win in school history, and this is a team that I kind of predicted would do it because High Point University has had top 25 consideration. They're a really strong 3-point shooting team. And I feel like every time Wisconsin gets a big, really good mid-major conference champion, they crumble. It happened against James Madison a couple years ago. It happened against Oregon back in 2019. And it happened again here. And Carl's upset because he had Wisconsin in that bracket.
Yes, I did. I had Wisconsin at least winning today and losing on Saturday.
Yeah, and that was your only blemish.
So far, I just turned on a couple minutes ago before we went on air. I turned on the VCU North Carolina game.
Yep.
Early in the first half, like 4+ minutes into the game, our VCU Rams are up by 3, 8-5.
Wow. Okay, so we got an early update there. At the time we're going on live, we do have a couple games that are going on. Howard, Michigan will go on. I know that there's a couple other games that will go on. But other games that just went final, we had Arkansas over Hawaii convincingly. We had Michigan State over North Dakota State convincingly.
Yep.
Other games that happened earlier, we had TCU beat Ohio State.
Yep.
Siena gave Duke a fight, but it wasn't enough.
Yep.
And we also had Vanderbilt get past McNeese. So the hype man behind McNeese that went viral last year, he's done. And
we also had Nebraska get their first ever tournament win with the big win over
Troy.
Troy, yes.
So
now they play. Nebraska plays Saturday against Vanderbilt.
Correct. And as you probably know from all the shows that we've done, I have Vanderbilt winning in the second round. It was nice to see Nebraska get their first win, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, it was like a 9.5-point spread, I believe, against McNeese. McNeese made it very interesting throughout the most part of the game, but then Vanderbilt barely covered.
Right. And Duke now plays TCU on Saturday.
Yep. I don't know. I honestly can't explain that first half against Siena.
When I heard that score, I was like, wow. They're basically, I think they were favored by 28.
Yeah, they were 20.5-point favorite.
And they were barely lucky to cover by the loss. They didn't. Siena covered. So if you had Siena to cover, no one was going to play that. But if you did, you made a lot of money.
You did, because everyone and their mother was betting Duke.
So I think it was 71-63 to final.
71-65, close.
Oh, 71-65, okay.
So, but still, Siena covered by a long shot. They covered.
Yes.
So, there was that game. We also have in the nightcap, we have a couple games. We have Gonzaga taking on Kennesaw State. We have Houston taking on Idaho. And we also have some other contests. I got to look at the contest one more time. And then tomorrow we have 16 contests again. Texas BYU is one contest we have. Texas A&M and St. Mary's. Penn versus Illinois. I'm watching you, Gavin Hawks.
Yes.
St. Louis versus Georgia. And then that's really all the games we have left for day 1 of the tournament. Day 2 of the tournament is the rest of the first round games.
Oh, did you go over Connecticut and Furman tomorrow?
I have UConn and Furman. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, as far as what surprised me, really not that surprised. Oh, yeah, I forgot the result. USF lost to Louisville by 4.
Yeah.
And that was a game where I was high on USF because Louisville's best point guard was out, and he might be out in the game against Michigan State.
Oh, no, Sparty's going to dominate that one.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I do want to go over the first four. That's the playing games to get in the bracket of 64.
Yeah, Matt.
Okay.
I know you're happy last night, so I know you're happy.
Yep. So let's go over Tuesday's games first. UMBC versus Howard. Howard won 86-83. UMBC put up a fight. It was a nice little back and forth battle between two teams out of the American East and then one team out of the MEAC.
Right.
And in the first game between Texas and BYU, the first at-large game, that was won by Texas, who Tremont Mark hit a beauty shot with 1 second to go. We saw Dick Vitale on the broadcast, which is amazing. Brian Anderson sounded like he lost his voice. I don't know what's going on, but apparently he has the flu or he's under the weather. So I kind of suspected that Jason Benetti was calling the games for him today that he was supposed to call.
Right.
So that was Tuesday's games, Wednesday's games. Prairie View A&M out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference took care of business against Lehigh out of the Patriot League.
Yes.
And then rejoice. We had Miami, Ohio defeat SMU by 10. Felt great. We got a Miami, Ohio hater in the screen across from me.
I'm not a hater. I said they deserve to get in. I'm not a hater.
Well, for any people who did have anything against Miami, Ohio, their selection was justified now. It was validated because they were shooting lights out. They shot 16-41 from 3 yesterday against SMU, and they controlled the tempo the entire time. It was kind of amazing. So it was an awesome win. A good statement, although in fairness, they were in Dayton, which is not too far away from their campus.
Right.
So it was kind of like a home game.
Right.
And early betting advice for people who bet: Tennessee and Miami, Ohio, take the over. I don't know what the over is. I'm betting like the 160, 170 range. Take the over.
Take the over.
Because these are two teams that can score at will, especially Miami, Ohio.
So where's the game? Where's the game at tomorrow between Tennessee and Miami, Ohio?
You want to know where it is?
It's in the Midwest, right?
It's in the Midwest region, but you want to know where the game?
St. Louis?
No, it's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, they're in Philly. Oh, Philly.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the place that was once called the Wells Fargo Center.
Okay, Philly. Okay.
So that's gonna be fun. Also in Philadelphia, I believe is UConn Furman.
Yes, that's the nightcap, 10:00.
Yeah, it's the nightcap tomorrow. And then we also have a bunch of other games. I know that Buffalo and Philadelphia are the two East Coast spots that have March Madness game going on. And then if you make it to the Sweet 16, if you're in the East, you go to Washington, D.C. If you're in the South, you go to Houston. If you're in the Midwest, you go to Chicago. If you're in the Western region, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're going to like San Jose, I believe.
Okay.
So those are where the Sweet 16 rounds are located. And I got to tell you, this is my favorite time of the year. But I do want to give a shout out. I know this is Equinox. I got to give a shout out to the people who donated to our bracket challenge for Foursquare Sports. Because a $1,000 pot is incredible. And there's a phrase that my dad taught me in business, and it applies to anything. If you have the connections, if you have the resources, use them. It will get you far. And a little secret that I probably shouldn't mention because I don't know who's watching this, but last year in the bracket challenge, we had 60 entries. We had a $600 pot. It didn't matter because I came in dead last. You want to know what my punishment was? Carl, I think you know what it was. Think.
Oh yeah, the beer mile run.
I had to run the beer mile. That was right. It was one of the most gruesome things I've ever done in my life. So the beer mile, Kenny, good question. So the beer mile is, so you know how 4 laps around track is a mile? Yep. So before you run a lap, you have to chug a beer and then run. Try doing that 4 times. Chug a beer, run, chug a beer, run, chug a beer, run, chug a beer, run.
So you're like stop after the lap, in spot, pop the beer.
Correct.
And then you go after.
Yes, correct.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was not a fun day. I was panicking at that entire day. I was actually talking to Carl last year. I was like, I don't know if I could do this. And then Carl gave me some good advice. Like, don't eat a lot before you run.
Is there a time limit?
No.
Oh, then just walk it.
No, I can't walk a beer mile. No. That would just take away from the punishment. It would take away.
And then you also can't drink a lot of water before the run either, because with that in the beer, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. And
yes,
yeah, you can't.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's still a blur. So basically, the fact that we had all these entries, the fact that we have a $1,000 pie, I will tell you this right now. I'm on the Mets Siriani redemption tour because actually, you want to know how I picked my bracket last year? I'll tell you how I picked my board. So I picked my bracket through different means. I flipped a coin for 1 round. I used an 8-ball for 1 round. For the Sweet 16, I picked a random person to pick them for me. Lead 8, what else? I flipped a coin. Oh, I rolled a dice for 1 round.
So there was no wondering why you got them last then.
Yeah. So basically, the dice thing was like, if I rolled a high, an even number, I would have picked a high seed. If I picked a odd number, I would have picked a lower seed. So it was, what was it? Random person, 8-ball, dice, coin. Oh yeah. Final 4, I used ChatGPT. Oh god. And then what else? And then for the final 2, I spun a wheel with 2 different platforms on it. And then whatever it landed on, that was my champion.
All right, Matt. 11:33 left in the first half. North Carolina 14, VCU 13.
Okay, so it's somewhat close. All right.
Yeah. Now, with Michigan and Howard game tonight?
Yes.
Is the spread 30 for Michigan?
Yes, it's 30.5. It went up a little bit.
I think Howard covers.
Yeah. You know what? I was going to agree with you because 30 is a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if today was any indicator, these 16 seeds, especially ones who played in the first 4 in Dayton, you're warmed up. You have a little bit of momentum going in. I think Michigan will win, but I don't think they cover.
Yeah, my thing is, why is the spread so high, big over 20? You know what I'm saying? It's like high 20s. That's real odd.
Well, you want to know why? It's because they disrespect the 16 and 15 seeds as much as they can. And it's like, okay, this team will win easily. Now on the caveat, Nebraska was a 13.5-point favorite against Troy. They won by 29.
Yeah, they did demolish them.
So they more than covered. They doubled the spread.
Yeah.
So I feel like, well, I guess Nebraska. I think Nebraska got a fire under their ass. Not gonna lie,
right?
Because they were the only Power 4 conference team that never won a March Madness tournament game. So now they got over that.
Well, good for them. Plus, they also extended Fred Hoiberg a little for a couple more years, so they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're gonna be set for a little bit.
Yeah,
they're gonna be set. Michigan State. I gotta look at the final scores.
They won by at least 20. They won by it was like 95 to 67. They beat them pretty good.
95-67.
I think so.
Let's see. Scroll. Arkansas, Hawaii. Where's Michigan State? And
I think they won by 25 or 25 plus.
It was 92-67, so they won by 25. Yeah, you're right, Carl. Look at you. Hey. And then we got a bunch of other games tomorrow. St. John's will be in action. UConn will be in action. Villanova will be in action. So all 3 Big East teams who got in will be in the field. Right. Louisville, Michigan State is set for the round of 32. Cal Baptist, Kansas. That's going to be a game that I'm looking at. Although I will say, I know Kansas is overrated, but I think Cal Baptist can't win that one.
No.
Kansas can win that one. St. John's, Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa has made some noise in the tournament in the past, but I think St. John's is too good. Actually, is that Buffalo, that game?
No, they're not in Buffalo. They're out west.
Oh, they're out west. Okay. So that's a different story. And then like I said, Idaho, Houston, St. Mary. St. Mary's, watch out for the 7-10 games because 10-7s could be really good. Because the seeding is not that big. I know that the popular pick is a 12 seed over a 5 seed if you want to have an upset.
Yes.
So 12 over 5 is perfect. Case in point, high point, 12 over 5.
Yes.
It's when you get to 13 over a 4 where it becomes a little more impossible. Penn over Illinois, no way.
No.
Although I will give Gavin Hawks a big old massage, I guess, if that happens. I don't even think it'll happen though.
No.
Although I do give a shout out to Fran McCaffrey, who was a former coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes, who took his 5th school to the NCAA tournament, his alma mater.
Yes.
So that was fun to see.
Yeah.
Iowa, Clemson, Big Ten versus ACC. I would expect Iowa to probably win that. Although the ACC and Big Ten have not had strong showings so far. Arizona, LIU, Brooklyn, cakewalk.
Yes.
UCLA, Villanova should be interesting. Again, these 8-9 games are going to be really enticing. Queens, North Carolina over Purdue, no way. Missouri, Miami, Florida, okay. Texas, BYU, that could be enticing. Although I think AJ Dybonsta is probably going to have a really good NCAA tournament debut. Kentucky, Santa Clara, again, 10-7 should be fun. Miami, Ohio, Tennessee. Alabama, Hofstra. Keep an eye on that one because one of the players for Alabama was banned from participating in the tournament after he was caught with 2.1 pounds of weed in his car.
Yes.
So and he happens to be their second leading scorer, so that could be a problem. Although I think Alabama can survive that. Akron, I think, can beat Texas Tech because Texas Tech is down JT Toppin, one of their better players, and Akron's been shooting the lights out in the MAC. I know it's the MAC, but still, it kind of means something.
Yes.
St. Louis, Georgia, that's tonight. A good 8-9 game. I have St. Louis winning that. And I think it's really, I think we covered the entire bracket.
Yep.
So we'll get back to March Madness in a little bit, but I do want to get to one other thing. And actually, this actually peed me off because we were at Rowder University talking about it, and we kind of sunk our teeth into Mark DeRosa, and now we have even more reason to do so. Pathetic. The World Baseball Classic ended on Tuesday. The United States lost to Venezuela 3-2. The U.S. only had 3 hits the entire game. 2 of them coming from Bryce Harper.
Yes.
We were in it towards the end, but there's really no excuse. The rest of the offense could not perform.
What makes no sense is they said, "Oh, this is the best team they ever had," and after the Mexico game, they basically stopped hitting.
Judge has a hole in his bat.
Yeah, Judge did not have a good tournament.
No.
His first at bat was a home run. It was after that where he really fell off a cliff.
Yeah, the only person who hit was Schwarber,
and actually Roman Anthony to an extent was actually really good.
Yep. But yeah, Bobby Witt was average 250.
Yep.
Harper was 212.
Mhm.
Bad. Rowley was bagel.
Will Smith couldn't block a ball.
Yeah, it was what's it called? Bregman was like 154. Yeah, they didn't hit. They did not hit. They pitched. They didn't hit. How are you going to win the game with only 3 hits?
No, you can't, especially against Venezuela, who was on another level this tournament.
I think they wanted to. I think it meant more for their country to win than what it is for us.
Yeah, you want to know something? These lower market countries crave for something like this. And Venezuela is not exactly in the best of states right now. I mean, they've had a lot of stuff going on in their country, but they do have a few Milwaukee Brewers on their team. I think Jackson Churio and a couple other players from the Brewers are on the team. But when Venezuela won the WBC, they celebrated like it was no tomorrow. They really, really wanted to win that. And you know what? In fairness, they had a tough path. They beat Japan in the quarters.
Yes.
Which was insane to begin with.
Yes.
And then they got past Italy, and then they beat us.
Yes.
So, Venezuela, with all due respect, congratulations. I'm going to say this, though. 2029, this cannot happen again. We need an actual experienced manager running Team USA. Need it. Because Mark DeRosa is an analyst. He's not have managerial experience.
Yes.
So this should not, I repeat, should not happen. And also Tarek Schoolball is a little bit of a jerk for bailing out of one game. Although from what you're telling me, what you told me in the studio, that he wanted to play one game and then that's it because he wanted to be healthy for the regular season.
Yes. Well, then what they should do is they should have it during the All-Star break.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. A friend of mine and I were talking about this, how it should be during the All-Star break because it gives you more competitive baseball. And to be honest, the MLB All-Star game doesn't really mean anything anymore.
Correct, because after the game on Tuesday, yesterday morning, they were saying with all the with everyone viewing, it said it should be in the mid-season, not in March.
Yeah, like it's more competitive baseball. And if you want to change the format, because the All-Star week in general, All-Star breaks like a week. So if you want to trim the format down, make it like a 6-team round robin, whatever, and then the top 2 teams play for the title, that's fine if you have to change it. But if you want relevant baseball and you want to keep this and you're worried about losing people to injury, that's fine. You could tweak it. It's just one of those things where it's like it can't be during the season. Also, we can't have a 40-pound overweight Clayton Kershaw in the bullpen.
Well, they were just being nice to him.
Yeah, Clayton Kershaw was he was in the bullpen. He was warming up and he looked like he was 40 pounds overweight.
He's retired, right?
Yeah, he's retired.
So he wasn't doing pitchers and catchers at all.
Oh yeah, no, he was chilling on the couch, living, and probably had a dad bod. It was like one of those things where it's like, why did we do this? Now they were nice to him because he retired, but it's like, why? Like it's almost like USA treated this as a little bit of a joke.
Yeah, they really didn't want to win this.
Yeah. And like you said, it kind of meant more to Japan. Hell, if Italy, it meant more to Venezuela. Hell, it meant a lot to Italy. If Italy had won, a lot of paisans who live in the state of New Jersey probably would have gone insane.
Yep.
I will say, once they got to Venezuela in the semifinals, I think the espresso shots made them get an energy crash.
Yeah, I would have been if Italy won. I would have been happy. Good for them.
Yeah, honestly, I think with the exception of the gold medal game in the Olympics in hockey, I feel like the United States didn't really take this seriously.
No, they never did, dude.
They never did. They didn't do it last time when they lost Japan, and they didn't do it here when we lost Venezuela.
No.
And honest to God, I'm thinking about it now. I'm kind of happy Venezuela won. Like if it was the DR, if it was the DR, Japan, or the US, they wouldn't have cared.
Nope.
Because Japan has their own baseball league. The DR, a lot of people from the Dominican Republic are part of Major League Baseball. But like, if you're like a country like Italy or Curacao or Great Britain who sucks at baseball, but whatever. Like, if you're one of those outside if you're outside the big 3, this tournament means everything to you.
Right. So, Matt, since we're talking about WBC, how can he pull up the 2028 baseball? Basically, how can he pull up the 2028 men's baseball tournament teams for the Olympics?
For the Olympics.
Okay. Yes.
Baseball Olympics. Yeah, I heard they're going to bring that back in 2028. I can't wait for the 2028 Olympics. I love the Olympics. Baseball, the 2028 Summer Olympics. Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, go see what teams are going to be in it.
All right, so it's at LA Dodger Stadium. That's kind of because the games are in California. Although I think this is the first Olympics where sporting events will be held in 3 different places. So it'll be in the United States. Yes. It just won't be held entirely in California. I don't think the countries have been confirmed yet.
Summer Olympics.
Yeah.
The teams. Japan's.
Obviously, the obvious suspects are in.
Okay. Right. Why don't I change what I was searching?
Yeah. So.
I'll find something. Yeah.
Or can you see basically how many teams are going to be in the 2028 Summer Olympics tournament?
I'm going to assume that 16 people or 16 teams are going to be part of it. because last year I think it was 16, or was it 12? No, it was 16. Here we go. So the DR and Venezuela are the only two teams that qualified, and the U.S. also qualified. So actually, if you click on the link again, that leads to Wikipedia. It should tell you how many teams are involved. There's one big event, and then how many teams does it say over there?
144 from 6 nations.
140 from 6. So I'm assuming that like they're gonna play like little sub tournaments before that, and I'm assuming 16. Actually, go to 2020 Olympics and see how many teams competed there, because I know that So in the 2020 Olympics in baseball, like I said, I'm assuming there were 16 teams. I'm assuming 16 teams because baseball was kind of like round robin, and then like I think the best team of every group, or the two best teams of every group, probably go to the knockout round. There we go. Not basketball. Yep. I will say though, with the Olympics around the corner, I wouldn't be shocked. How many teams did it say? 16? 1, 2, 3. Oh, those are rosters. We need to look at the actual event.
All right, so the U.S., Mexico, Japan, Israel. I got what it's saying. It's doing it one by one.
One by one.
So Dominican Republic, Israel,
2,
Japan,
3, 4,
Mexico,
5,
5 South Korea,
6.
Oh, so it's 6.
Oh, so it's 6. So I'm assuming then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just 6 teams. Wow.
Huh.
So you could do that for the All-Star break if you really want to.
Would that be because of COVID at that point? No.
It could be because of COVID. It could have been.
I mean, so it's summer 2020. Yeah, actually.
Well, keep in mind the Summer Olympics were in 2021 because of the pandemic.
Right. Okay.
So they said it's gonna be 6 teams.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna do?
20. Yeah.
That was 2020, high science 2020.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna have what? 3 teams in each pool. How are you gonna do that?
I guess
Basically, you play. How are you gonna do that? I don't know how you can do that. Basically, you play. I don't. You have 3 teams in one, 3 teams in another. Top 2 advance.
I would think they're probably going to up that to 10 teams, maybe even 8 teams.
Or maybe 8.
Yeah, I would think they're going to up that to 8 because I highly doubt they're just going to let 16 in. 16 is very weird. Like for All-Star break purposes, I understand, but
because it's going to be basically a 2-week. It's going to be a 2-week
2-week event. Yeah,
2-week event because that's what the Olympics are. It's 2 weeks.
That's correct. Although to be fair, not every single game or every single event takes place over the course of 2 weeks. To be fair. Yeah, I gotta tell you though, the U.S. hosting the Olympics next year in 2 years, I can't wait for that.
Because if you do 4 teams in each pool, okay, you play 3 teams.
Yes.
You play basically you have 3 games in your pool, in Pool A, and Pool B has 3 teams. 3 games in Pool B.
Right.
Okay, the winner, the top 2, go to the semifinals, and then that's it. And then after the semifinals, you have the finals. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty much how it goes. That's pretty much how it will go. I want to transition into another story, and this is in the NBA. We're going back to basketball. We'll go back into the college basketball in a little bit. But there was a story out of the NBA, and this is horrible. Cade Cunningham is going to be out for an extended period of time with a collapsed lung, and you just got to feel bad for the individual. A friend of mine, his lung collapsed weeks before COVID hit, and he was in the hospital. It was a very, very dark situation, and I'm glad he's okay, thank God, but you hate to see it happen to some other individual. And Carl, your thoughts?
No, I read a story. I saw that earlier that he had a collapsed lung. So when did it happen?
It happened in their last game last night. Kay Cunningham felt something, and then he came out of the game and was taken out. And now they just announced it was his lung after doctor checked him out.
Okay.
I will tell you though, the Pistons, better this happening now for the Pistons because they look like they're in control of the Eastern Conference and they look like they're going to get the number 1 seed.
Right. They got to. Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Having said that, they're going to be in a little bit of a fall in the standings because they're not going to have their best player.
No. So the playoffs start in a month.
Yes.
So they got to find out, all right, what they got to do to repair it surgically, so it doesn't happen again.
Yes. So, Kate Cunningham, best of luck. Hopefully, you get better soon, and we're all for you, man. You've had a great year. You had a great year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's such a shame when you see something like that. Major League Baseball is coming soon.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited about. And what's great is that I'm going to be doing fantasy baseball for the first time in my life. I don't know if you've ever done fantasy baseball before, Carl, but it's a commitment. It's a commitment.
No, not me, man. That's too much. Every day you got to change your lineup. It's crazy.
Yeah, I change your lineup.
No, you can change it. You can make it like a week or 2 weeks if you wanted to.
Yeah, but like you can change your lineup over the course of a week, and then it could fluctuate your points and stuff like that. I also want to mention I do fantasy football every single day. Fantasy football any year. But it's for fun, so I'm not paying any entry fee for this fantasy baseball thing. So it's awesome that I don't have to chip in. Although if I do in the March Madness bracket challenge, I get $1,000.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm going on vacation at that point. I'm taking a good old road trip vacation at that point.
Where you gonna go if you win? Where you gonna go?
So Sammy and I have talked about it. We're like, maybe a road trip around New England, possibly like Maine or Boston, Rhode Island, Connecticut, all the New England area.
Drive or cruise?
Drive.
Okay.
Drive saves money. Because I'll take a train or a plane. Well, we don't need to take a plane.
Yeah, but save money, but not with prices now.
Yeah, gas is pretty expensive. So if you're make sure you're saving up your money for gas, because gas is a pain in the ass these days when it comes to pricing.
Yeah, so hopefully when September comes on our anniversary, hopefully the prices are back to normal, but we'll be going on a boat to do our anniversary for our cruise. So that's what we'll do.
Oh, that should be nice. That should be nice.
Yeah.
I haven't been on a cruise since I was like 14 years old. It's actually kind of amazing. What else was I gonna say?
Yeah, I don't think the wife's been on one either.
Yeah. And I must say that if you are somebody who is into the sports world, this is another thing we can talk about. The World Cup is coming soon. I know the championship is in MetLife Stadium.
Yes.
Now, I'm not the biggest soccer guy, but it's great for the state of New Jersey. We get money out of that.
Yes.
Although it pees me off that we're not doing that. We haven't had Super Bowl here since the Seahawks and Broncos game.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to. I don't think we're ever going to get that back.
Oh, never again, because we it was the day after that Super Bowl. It snowed, and the Seattle Seahawks who won the Super Bowl that year, they couldn't get home.
Yeah. Yep.
And tourists couldn't get home.
Yep.
Which is one of the reasons why, in case of a situation like this, you make the Super Bowl or the day after the Super Bowl a holiday where it falls on President's Day. Although, all of a sudden, the Super Bowl next year is going to be held on Valentine's Day.
I don't like that.
Nope. The Super Bowl next year is on Valentine's Day, and then President's Day is the day after that.
Yes.
We're going to have Kelsey and Swift getting married.
No. No. Please, no.
Did he say 6'7" again?
No, he said Kelsey and
Kelsey and Swift
get married on the day of the Super Bowl.
Oh. They win the Super Bowl and he's like MVP. They're doing a wedding there.
Actually, isn't there? I think when did Travis propose to Taylor?
I think they're getting married in June, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah, it is. Although there was a wedding actually held on the day of the Super Bowl. I don't know remember when Bad Bunny performed? And there was that wedding scene. That was an actual wedding. Like Bad Bunny apparently contacted, or these guys contacted Bad Bunny, like, "Hey, we want you to perform our wedding," and he's like, "Well, I got something to do on that day. We could do this," and Bad Bunny made it happen. So
It's not good. It's not looking too good, Matt.
What do you mean?
36-21 Tar Heels.
I mean, that's what
Yeah. Wow.
They're on a 19-3 run in the last 7 minutes. They just made a triple.
So
36-24.
Ooh. Okay. So VCU's got a lot to overcome on this one. Howard and Michigan, we should be getting an update on that.
4-2 Michigan early in the first half.
All right, so that's too early. And then Texas BYU is going to be tipping off in literally a matter of seconds.
Yep.
That is a Western region matchup. And then we also have, these are all the games playing today. We're going to go back to college basketball. Texas A&M, St. Mary's, enticing matchup, 7:10. That's on True TV. That also tips off at 7:35. In the Southern region, which that game is going to be held in the following area. That's Oklahoma City. And then the nightcap, the 4 games of the nightcap. Penn out of the Ivy League versus Illinois, 25.5 point spread. Again, a Southern region game that is held in Greensville, South Carolina, which is where Duke almost lost to Siena.
Yeah.
St. Louis and Georgia, 9:45 on CBS. Midwestern game, also in Buffalo, which is where Michigan and Howard are playing their game right now. Also in the nightcap, Kennesaw State Gonzaga 20.5 point favorite. That's on TBS. That game will be held in Portland, Oregon, so it's on the West Coast. And then Idaho, Houston out of the South region. That game will be held in Oklahoma City. That's the nightcap. We're still waiting for BYU and Texas to tip off. We're waiting on A&M and St. Mary's to tip off.
Yep.
And then, as Carl mentioned, we're almost at halftime with North Carolina VCU. 12-point game with 1.5 left to go in the first half. North Carolina in firm control without one of their star players.
All right. So who plays North Carolina VCU in the next round?
So the winner of that round would take on
Sparty?
Penn or Illinois.
Illinois. So we had Illinois winning anyway.
Yeah. That's a
Gavin Jones picking Penn to win 2. So Carolina just hit a 3, so they're up by 15.
Wow. So that's the popular matchup that people were talking about. I guess that's blowing up people's faces now, isn't it?
Yeah, they're making North Carolina's playing good without one of their starting point guards, so they're not missing a beat.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And then all right, St. Mary's and Texas A&M just tipped off 2-0 early in the first 30 seconds. Texas A&M again, It's really too early. We'll get into that when we get closer to the end. And then Texas BYU first minute 5-0 Texas early, but again that's way too early.
5-2. BYU just scored a bucket. 5-2.
Okay, so the networks that these games are going to be on, CBS, True TV, TBS, and TNT are the networks where you can find these matchups. And if you're a simpleton like me and you have Fubo TV and you can only afford CBS, you're SOL. I love Fubo TV, but I didn't know it wouldn't carry all 4 channels.
With me and Amy having YouTube, we get all the major channels for basketball, so I'm happy.
Yeah, you're in good hands on that one. I'm not in too many good hands.
Yeah, I get all of it. It sucks because for the Final Four, you can't watch it on because it's on TBS.
Yes, that's right. The Final Four is on TBS. Oh my God, that sucks for me.
Yes,
I probably got to go out to a bar that day.
Or you listen to it on radio.
I could do that. I didn't think that went through, but I guess I could.
All right, so Matthew just scored VCU, so the deficit is 11 at the half, 39-28.
Okay, I figured. So VCU is going to have to mount a second half strong effort here. And then Michigan Howard, it's 8-2. I'm looking at right here.
8-4, I think now.
11-4. Okay, so 11-4. So Michigan just hit a 3.
Okay.
And Texas 10-4. Texas looking good early on. Yeah, a lot of these games are just tipping off.
So I'm looking at the screens right now while I got the Michigan game on. Michigan's up 11-6. They got the ball. Let's see. Shot up. They just nailed a triple. Go Ming, 14-6 Wolverines.
Mm-hmm.
Texas is up by 2 over the Cougars.
Oh, okay.
5-0 Aggies over St. Mary's.
Wow. So a couple interesting starts to begin, but again, it's a 40-minute basketball game, 2 20-minute halves. So I gotta tell you, I think the most popular pick from we'll go over the games that are already confirmed for round 2 already that are confirmed. High Point, Arkansas. Arkansas dismantled Hawaii. I want High Point to win, but I think Arkansas has seen a team like this before where they have prolific 3-point shooter. High Point can shoot the lights out of the 3 ball, but I think John Calipari remembers Jack Golke to the point where he knows that he has to defend the 3-point now.
Yes.
And then if we go up, Duke is taking on TCU. Guaranteed the second round. That is the game that I think Duke could pull off. I think that they were given a reality check and they bounced back well in the second.
They'll win, but TCU will keep it close. Duke will probably win by maybe 8, but it's not going to be double. TCU, depending on what the spread is, I think TCU could cover.
Yeah, that spread should come out like sometime later on today. I'll pass it along.
I'd probably by tomorrow. I think if I had to guess, they'll probably do Duke by maybe 10.
I can see that. Louisville, Michigan State is also confirmed for round 2. That should be a no contest, especially because Louisville doesn't have one of the best point guards. And then I think those are the only 4 games confirmed so far. Oh, Nebraska Vandy. We can go over that. All right. Nebraska got over the hump. They won their first tournament game. I think Vandy takes over this one.
I think Vandy's going to be Vandy's going to be favorite in that game, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised if they are. I mean, Troy stinks. McNeese is tougher. And I think Vandy's more battle tested.
Yeah.
And then with 15 minutes to go, we got a lot of stuff going on here. So when we do the show again from Ryder U, we'll go over the Sweet 16 Elite 8 picks.
Yes.
Gavin will probably be eating crow by the time we get back to Ryder because that Penn over Illinois is crazy.
No.
Absolutely nuts.
Penn will keep it close. Penn will cover, but they're not going to. If Duke won today by 6, it's going to be a scare. I don't see Illinois losing to. I don't see Illinois losing to Penn. I see Penn covering, but Illinois will win by probably 15. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
We have Texas A&M over St. Mary's 9-2.
Okay, that's good for me.
Yep. I gotta tell you what though, these 8-9 games are tough to call. Even the 10-7s are tough to call. I do like Santa Clara over Kentucky. To be fair.
Well, I picked that on Tuesday, and I also did it in my bracket challenge in my picks last night for the brackets. So I picked Santa Clara.
Hey, Carl, I gotta ask you: if you won the bracket challenge and you won the $1,000, would you save it?
I would ask the wife what should we do with it.
I would love to know that answer.
You know, who knows? Maybe it could be. I don't know. We could save it towards our joint account, or maybe that could go towards our trip. I don't know.
You want to know something? There's a couple minors who are participating in our bracket challenge. I'm gonna give a shout out to Gianna Togneri and Jake Hogger, who are under the age of 18. They said that one of the things that they do probably covers student loans with that $1,000
for like a 20-day period.
Yeah, for a 20-day period, that should help. Because those student loans, man, you gotta cover them, or else you're gonna be your credit's gonna take a hit. Oh man. So we are getting to the NBA playoffs. I want to go to that really quick because we are getting to that point. I mentioned the Pistons are the top seed. Oklahoma City is cruising now. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander did break Will Chamberlain's consecutive games with 20 points record, which is pretty amazing. We'll go to the West first. So the Thunder's number 1, Spurs are number 2, Lakers 3, Wolves 4, Rockets 5, Nuggets 6, and then when you get to the play-in games, Suns, Clippers, Trailblazers, and Warriors round up 7 through 10. And Carl, your prediction's looking pretty good about the Blazers.
Yeah, they're gonna. I told you they're gonna make it.
Yeah, especially because the Grizzlies are really far out from where they are.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a chance that the Portland Trailblazers might get an 8th seed. They're only a half game behind the Clippers.
A possibility.
Possibly. And then if we go to the Eastern Conference, we will go over that. So Detroit's number 1 by 3.5 games. That once insurmountable margin has kind of shrunk. Boston's looking really good. The Knicks are doing what they can. They're taking care of business. The Cavaliers are doing what they got to do. Raptors are 5. Magic are 6. And then for the play-in teams, 7 through 10. Heat, Hawks, Sixers, Hornets. Hornets are doing good. They went on a big run before the All-Star break, and now they've kind of cooled off, but they're still far ahead of the Bucks, who are the 11th seed.
Yeah, how far are the Bucks away from the Hornets for 10th seed?
6.5 games.
6.5. Now, Bucks ain't make it. It's gonna. Those are gonna be the 10 in the East.
Yeah, and do you feel confident going against the Sixer against the Hornets? Because I know you're the 9 seed.
Well, hopefully, Paul George comes back on Wednesday. He's eligible. He's eligible to play on Wednesday. Hopefully, that's when they get Embiid back. I think Maxi's still a week and a half out.
Yes.
So I think they can win enough games, and they may not. They can actually move up
to the 8.
I think they could probably sneak in as maybe the 6. How far are they away from the 6?
So the Magic are a game and a half ahead of you for the 6th seed.
Well, they already own the tie. They already own the season tiebreaker over them.
Yeah, that's a good thing for you. If you own the tiebreaker, that's huge.
And they play. I know we play the Hornets again coming up.
Yes,
so
you do.
If we beat the Hornets, then we own the break. We own the breaker against them too.
That's true.
So yeah, they just got to. If they win 10 more games, Matt, I think they're going to be in. I think they'll finish in the 6th seed.
That's fair.
They got to win. They got to win 47 games to be in the 6th seed.
I will say this though: outside of the top 4, the rest of the East is very close.
Yes.
I think the Pistons are the 1 seed by a country mile, and then the Knicks, Celtics, and Cavs are all in good position.
Now with this injury with Cade.
Yep.
Call me strange or not strange, but
crazy.
Call me crazy. I can see the Celtics going to the finals.
I can see it. You want to know why? Because they got Jason Tatum back at a great time, and he's been
yes. Yes.
So it's very possible that could ensue.
Yeah.
I know Knicks fans want to see the Knicks make it, but
no, I don't see it.
Yeah,
the Celtics are not going to let the Knicks do what they did last year. No, the Celtics are going to when they have them down, they're not going to give up those big leads. They're going to keep their foot on their throat.
Yeah.
No, I don't see it.
I can't see it either, man. There's something in me that wants to see the Knicks make it to at least the NBA Finals, but I just can't see it happening.
No.
And I know that when the hockey is almost playoff time for hockey too. Hockey's around the corner.
Yeah,
I love playoff hockey.
Yes.
So the Devils are trying to make a push. They're only 10 points back of the wild card in 3rd place in the Metro region.
Yes.
And the Islanders are the only tri-state area team that's actually doing well. The Rangers are terrible. When I say we're terrible, we are dreadful.
Yeah, and the Flyers are 6 points out of the last wild card spot from the Red Wings.
I got to tell you, though, the Panthers are taking a whole bunch of injuries. They really got hit with the injury bug pretty hard. And then the Oilers are looking good. They're like in third place in their division, but they're barely skating by.
That division is so bad in the Pacific, man. I don't get it.
When the Anaheim Ducks are in first place, that just tells you everything you need to know.
How many points do they have?
The Anaheim Ducks?
Yeah.
I'm going to say like 78 or 76, I want to say. Let me check that out. So if we go to the standings here, the Anaheim Ducks, they are at 78 points, 1 point ahead of Edmonton, 2 points ahead of Vegas.
That's horrible. And the Avalanche's division, they got 96 points.
It's tightening up in that division now. It's tightening up in that division now in the Central. Dallas is only 2 points behind them.
And then you got Minnesota in third.
Yeah, like that's a strong trio in the Central Division right there. And I will say this, though. If you're Colorado, you kind of don't want to win the President's Trophy. You kind of don't want to. Just because of the bad luck you have when you win the President's Trophy.
Now, boy, if they win the President's Trophy, who's the second wild card right now?
So right now, the second wild card in the West, you're looking at, it's the Seattle Kraken.
Oh, they'll sweep the Kraken.
You think so?
Yeah, they'll win. They'll beat the Kraken. Gentlemen sweep.
Gentlemen sweep. So you're saying 4-1?
Yes.
I'm looking at the West Coast at the Western Conference right now. It honestly amazes me seeing some of these teams up here. Like, I would not have told you that Anaheim would do this good. And San Jose is hanging in there. Look at San Jose. The Western Conference is very weak.
All right. So how many? So the two. What's the top two wild card teams in the West? How many points do they have?
All right. So Utah is 76 and Seattle is 71. They're tied with the Kings, who fired their manager.
That's bad. So 76 and 71 points are leading the wild card.
Yeah.
In the West.
Yep.
That's pathetic. The East they both have over 80 points.
Yeah, the top contenders in the East have over 80 points. And even like the team outside looking in the wild card, the Columbus Blue Jackets have 81 points.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like, although one of the best story of the Eastern Conference right now is the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, they got 90 points.
They have 90 points, and they're leading the Atlantic Division by 4.
Yeah, over the Panthers?
Over the Lightning.
Oh, the Panthers not even in the playoffs?
Panthers are not even in the playoffs right now. They're second from the bottom in the East.
No, they're not making it.
Nah. And then I also like the Canadians are doing good. The Hurricanes are top of the Metro. Pittsburgh and New York Islanders are fighting for that second seed in the Metro. Islanders are only 1 point back, but the Pittsburgh Penguins just can't win shootouts. That's like their Achilles heel.
All right, so we got some updates here.
Okay.
Got Michigan 26-20. 9:37 left in the first half.
Ooh, okay. So Howard's hanging in there.
Yep. BYU, 12 minutes left in the first half. Up by a point, 21-20.
All right.
11 minutes and 28 seconds left in the first half. Texas A&M over St. Mary's, 13-10.
Okay, so a couple close ones early on, and we're still waiting for the nightcap as usual. So to mention where these teams are going to be playing, so the winner of Texas A&M St. Mary's will play the winner of Houston, Idaho, which I suspect to be Houston. VCU, North Carolina, the winner of that game will take on Penn, Illinois, which I suspect to be Illinois, unless Gavin gets a gift from the gods and Penn decides to win.
I don't think.
And then if we go up to the other live games, Howard and Michigan, the winner of that game will face the winner of St. Louis and Georgia, which should be a no-brainer. I have St. Louis.
I got the Bulldogs.
Which is a bold pick by you. I don't blame you, especially in the 8-9 game. And then if we go up a little more, Getty. Up. And then in the other contest that's live right now, go up a little more to the 2 live games. Texas BYU, the winner of that will take on Gonzaga or Kennesaw State.
Oh, snap, Matt.
What?
Howard just hit a triple down by 3.
You got to be kidding me.
Swear to God.
You got to be kidding me.
Swear to God.
Probably didn't update yet.
26-23.
Holy smokes. Howard, the Bison. The Bison of Howard.
Yeah, Michigan just answered with their own 3, so they're up by 6.
Okay, so back and forth they go.
Yes.
Wow, Howard's hanging tough.
I think Michigan, if Michigan wins, maybe they'll win by 15. It's not going to be by 30.
Nah, they're going to fall short of the spread that they were given at 30.5 points.
Yeah.
We have a few, Cammy, how much time do we have left?
54, so 6 minutes.
6 minutes left. Okay. I do want to give a shout out to the people who did contribute to the March Madness Bracket Challenge that we do have up right now.
3 minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes? Okay.
3.5.
3.5. Okay. I will give you the names of the people who donate. It's actually really awesome, the people who donate. My friends Kevin Zelis-Kovacs, John Welch, Alec Nava. I gotta give a shout out to Alec Nava. His alma mater, High Point, won today. My sister Samantha Rose, my grandma Kathy, John Rago, my dad's friend Jake Hogger, my father Darren Siriani, Carl chipped in, my cousin Lauren, her son Justin, Patrick Rush, Gian Togneri, Brendan Togneri, Joe Togneri. Wow, this is amazing. Bill Melchione, Adriana, how do you pronounce that? Verlongiri. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Dina Myers, Isabel Myers. Oh my God. The amount of support is just amazing. If I win this whole thing, Steven Nelson, Justin Santube, Corey Jason. Wow, so many names here. It's hard for me to count. My grandpa Sorrentino, Jim Sorrentino, and James Sorrentino, his son. My grandpa Tony, Anthony, Mikey, Lolo. Oh my God, this is insane. I gotta read through the names. Where else? Obviously me. I chipped in. Why wouldn't I? Josh Wolmer, I gotta give a shout out to you. Matt Skura, or Skira. I don't know how to pronounce that. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Alfonso Henry, thank you, Alfonso. John Orencio, thank you. Betty Kentley. Wow, this is just a lot of names. We got 99 brackets in. So it was 990 is the pot, but I'm rounding up to 1,000 to make it even. Because imagine getting 990. Like, you couldn't give me $10? Oh, wow. So to close out the show, we will be back on April 9th here at Red Bank. And we'll be back at Rotter for the Sweet 16 Elite 8 preview come, I think, Tuesday. Correct, Carl?
Yes, Tuesday night. Yes.
Tuesday night. This has been fun. And like Iron Eagle once said, anything can happen in March, but from Carl Maglowski, Ben Siriani, and Kenny pushing the buttons. This has been Equinox here. And like SpongeBob SquarePants always says, old people are the greatest. They are full of wisdom and experience. Take care, everybody. Take care. Have a good night.
Good night.